Hey friends, welcome back. Now we are going to continue our MERN stack series. This is our e-commerce project and we are creating Flipkart clone, right? So this is our project and we have created admin application. We can log in, log out, and we can add products. We can create categories in our admin application. And in the front end part, we have created this layout with the store feature. Like we can see the mobiles like a store. We can see the page, for example Apple. So this is over here, and now in this video we are going to create header part of our front-end application. So as you can see in the original website, so there we have a logo, and then we have a search option, and then we have a login option with the drop down, again a more with the drop down. Okay, and here we have cart option, right? So we are going to create this header part in this video, and we will also try to include login, user login in this application, okay, in the front end Flipkart clone. Okay, so this is till now we have created 29 video of this series, and this is the 30 video of our series. And now you are very familiar with the work, like how I do everything. So I will do some speed work, and for that you have to visit my website webscript.info, and from here you can collect few things that is a reusable components, useful components. Okay, so yep, so here you have to visit this website webscript.info, and here you can find couple of things that you can use in our Flipkart clone application. Okay, so I have created a little mini framework, and during this course we will also improve that mini framework for our future projects. Okay, so here you can go and you can see I have a couple of posts over here, and you can also find the link in the description. So the title is React.js Material Design UI Mini Framework, and as you can see on the image, so here we have a model, a Flipkart logo, and that is not a part of framework, but yeah, you can get a model, you can get the drop down, and you can get this Material UI input and this login button. Okay, so those are reusable components you can use in other components, other projects also. So you just have to go in this post, and here you can see the post, and what you have to do for now, you just have to do the copy and paste. Okay, so because this is now very small, and later we will increase, we'll add more component, more reusable component. Okay, so let me copy the post from here. Okay, so I believe this ends here. Now let's copy and let's go to your VS Code, and here is our Flipkart clone. Here we have src, here we have components, and I will create a new folder that is material UI, and let's hit enter and create a index file in this material UI, index.js. And yeah, that's fine. Now let's create don't create the component. Now let's paste whatever we have just copied. Now let's save this. This is the index.js file. Now also create a style sheet that is also required, style.css, and again you can get the code from here. So that's the required thing. Let's just copy. Okay, let's copy from comment. And that's it. Let's copy it and paste in the style sheet. Save. So here we have our index.js file, and here we have style.css. Right now let me take a walk through this file. Okay, so here we have a model component, right? And then we have a material UI component. Okay, all our functional component. Next we have material button, and then we have drop down menu. If you want to see how it looks, you can simply check in the image of the post webscript.info, or also you can check over here. So the drop down looks like this. The material button, if you click on this login, the button look like this login button, and then material UI input looks like this, enter mobile or enter email looks like that. Okay, so this is how it all looks. Now let me go and add, let me go and see how it is working. So let me go and check in the header part. Here we have index.js file, and this is our header component, right? So we haven't added anything. This is just a normal header with a little style. That's for the header. This is the height and background color. That's it. Okay, now let me save this and let me go and reload the application, or I think it's already reloaded and everything looks fine. Now what we have to do to make this thing work, we have to go and add couple of things. And for, as I told, like we are going to do some speed work. So for that also, and here in the website you can check, there is one more post, and you can also find the link in the description. Where is that post, boy? So Flipkart header component clone. Yep. So this is a clone. Sorry, complete header part with the mini framework, right? So you can click over here and you can see here we have a header component, the one we already have over here, right? And which includes things like you can see the material UI, right? So from here I'm exporting model material input, which I have already added in our project, right? Material button, drop down menu, and just a very simple thing. It's just a div header what we have already, and then we have a model, and that's it. Then we have a subheader which keeps things up connected with each other, like logo, search, and all. Okay, that's a subheader. So let me copy this and let me explain you. Okay, so it will be easy for you. And yep. Okay, so now let's copy this component, or you can simply copy it completely from top to bottom, right? Okay, now let's copy and let's go, and you just have to replace the whole thing. So first delete everything, now let's paste, right? And I will explain, don't worry, it looks a little bit difficult, but it's very easy. Okay, now let's go and copy the style sheet also, that is our dependency over there. And you can see the header is already I have, and you can match with this style.css. So this is the header, right? This code we already have, so I will simply copy from the subheader part, right? And let's copy everything, copy, and now let's paste over here. Okay, save it, and there we have something wrong. Oh, what just happened? Oh, sorry, my mistake. So it should be after the header, right? I have pasted inside. Okay, now it got saved. Now let me explain you few things. So this model, you don't need to worry about this right now. So let me just minimize this. And now this is the subheader right now. Okay, subheader with the style you can find in the style sheet, right? So here we have code for subheader. So this is CSS part of the subheader, which makes it stay in the center. And then we have logo CSS code and all things, right? And here we have subheader container, then we have a logo. So this is a logo, right? And for the logo, I have included image, which you can download from the original website Flipkart. So let me show you. Here I have the images folder that is directly inside the src folder, and I have a logo folder then inside the images. Here I have flipkart.png and then golden-star.png, right? Then we have a login img. This is a part of the project, so don't worry about that. And this is what we have. Now let's go to the components folder, header folder, index.js, and here we have our logo, right? And then we have a div component, right? So this is basically search. Let me add some comments so it will be easy for you. And so here we'll say logo and ends here. So logo ends here. Then we have search component and search component ends here. Right? Then we have a right side menu, right? So as you can see in the existing original website, right? So the first part is logo, and then we have search. On the right side we have login button, that is also the part of the menu, and more option with the drop down, and then a cart, right? So that's the right side menu, or you can give it a comment over here, right side menu, right? Which ends obviously in the end. So here, which ends, oh, not there, which ends here, right side menu ends here. Okay, then we have a thing like a drop down. So this is a drop down menu component which is coming from the material UI, right? So we just copied in our component folder, so you just do that the same thing, and this is nothing but just a div. Okay, within the div we have anchor tag, right? So within the div we have an anchor tag with the text login, and then we have children div with the component like menus option, right? So it takes menu attribute, then it takes menus, right, which takes where you can add your drop down part like my profile, Flipkart, plus zone, orders, wish list, rewards, gift cards, right? Next we have the first menu. So here's the flexibility in the drop down menu, right? You can modify the first menu compared to the others. For example, you see over here the first menu is new customer and then sign up, so that looks different, right? And then the rest of them are just like a normal menu with an icon and my profile text, which all are same. So that's why I have given that. So the first menu you can customize this, so that's basically a div, right, which takes new customer and anchor tag, right? And here I will show you the material UI part. So index.js, and here we have the drop down menu, right? So as I told you, it's just a div with a little bit of a styling, right, which take the props.menu. Props.menu means your first anchor tag, right? So you can see over this button login, that's actually the anchor tag. And then we have a drop down with like an arrow. So you can see the drop down have an arrow over here, this white arrow. And then we have first menu option, right? You can modify your first menu, and others UL with the list, right? So this is how it works. And let's go let me take you again to the index. Then I have another menu, and previously I have created an anchor tag with login option. The design of login button, login button.css, you can find here, style.css, so that you can find here. And next drop down is the more option. You can see the more option over here, right? So which is just a normal anchor tag, which is not looking like a button, just a text with the arrow option. So this is an iOS arrow down. So for that we have to install a library that's to make this work. Here you can see I have something from the React-icons, right? And I have to install this package. So let me go and open the terminal. Okay, so here we have terminal. Let's navigate to the Flipkart clone. And here you can say npm inst or simply I-hyphen save, and here you can say React-icons, right? So it will install. Now let's close this and I will explain other things. So like we have drop down, we have more menu. So here we have drop down with login, a more option with the drop down again, and then a final cart. So that's the other. We have a div, normal div, right? And with a cart, so we have an iOS cart icon, and then a simple cart text, right, within the span tag. So that's it. This is very simple, right? So it isn't difficult, right? And here we will see our output once it is installed. So let me check the terminal, and it is still installing, a bit of slow right now my system. Well, yeah, it's finished. So it is installed and hopefully it will work. Now let me go and check the existing, and here, boom. So here we have a Flipkart, and I forgot to make this white. This text should be in white color. Right now it is black. And then we have a search option, which is not exactly similar like this Flipkart column, because the icon looks, search icon looks different, and I haven't created it properly, right? So here we have this normal search with a drop down option, and you can see we have a login option which comes up on hover, and then rewards, and then we have more option which comes when you hover over the more, and then you will see the couple of options. Okay, now if you click on this login, and you're gonna see this model, right? So this is a model, right, with the close button, and the material, as I told, this is the input, which looks like this, which is not exactly similar like Flipkart clone, but kind of similar, right? And here it is. So yep, and let me see why other things are not coming. So now my internet back and you can see the options are again coming. So here you just reload and things will be fine. So that was because of the internet, and here we have our options and you can go to the Samsung so you can see the store, and then you can go to the Apple so you can see the page, and you can see the drop down is also working fine. You can click on the login and you can see the other components like material input, so which looks like this, and here you can see. So inside after the drop down menu, where is the model, right? Yeah, I haven't explained about that. So let me explain. This is the hidden component. So you can see the visible. I have created a state variable that's a login model, and which will be false initially. So it will be hidden, and the visible property you can see in the material UI index.js. And where is our model? And this is a simple model with couple of divs, right? And here is our visible props.visible. If it is not visible, then it will return null. If it is visible, visible will be true, then it will return this component, right? And here we have our CSS code and all, that's it. And here we have our alphabet X. I have considering it as a like close button, so you click on that and then you'll see the close, right? So this is what state are coming from the component itself. And then we have auth container. So auth container, you can give it any name. So here I'm going to write my inputs like username and password. That's why I've given the name auth container. And then I have a row, right? Row is a normal CSS with the display property flex, and then it will be like left part, right? And you can see the left part over here with the login, get access to your orders and all, right? And over here you can see that right part, and right part is nothing but the form. That's with the material input with the type text, label, enter email, voice email, sorry, value email, and on change it is going to change, right? So here we have material input and material button. So material button you can see over here, right? And let me add some of the space. Cool. Save it, and this fine. Now let's add a style property, and here I'm gonna say what is it, a margin from top and bottom. It is going to be 10 pixel or 20 pixel, top and bottom 20 pixel, left right 0. I don't care about left and right. Oh, that's bad. And let me, that is because of the div right now over here, right? And which again, yeah, that's because of the div. So let me remove the div and let me find another way to make this work. Save, and yeah, so here you can see this coming well, and this is again a div with a width like 90%. And what we can do over here, I can say style, and I will add a margin from top and bottom 10 pixel, from top and bottom 20 pixel, left right 0, right? And let's go to your material UI, and here we are improving, right, or improving the material component. So here we have our material button, and here we have div, and I will simply do something like so here I will say props dot style. I will spread the new style set. Oh, sorry, this is not required. That's already an object, I forgot. So here it is, and now let me check. Yep, it worked. And now let me see the actual gap. So that's a lot, okay? And in our case it's a minimum, so I will add more. So let's go index.js, and I will say 40, and yeah, looks fine. And after that, what we have another button that's a request OTP. So I will simply add a paragraph tag with or option, and then again I will add material UI. So let me copy this, okay, and here I will say request OTP, and that's it. Request OTP, and background color I can mention over here white. So here is the background color, right? Hopefully it is 6 times, and text color will be this one. the reverse of the login button. So here I will paste this text color, and for the margin, that is fine. Okay, and this time I will make this from top 40 pixel, from right 0, from bottom 20 pixel, from left 0, and here it is from top and bottom 20 pixel, left right 0. Save. So 20 plus 20 will be 40, right? And let's save this, and now let's check the existing input. Yep, and this didn't work. It should be white in background, a BZ color, right? So let me go and check this out, and yep. So here we have our material button and BG color. So I haven't mentioned over here, so simply take it down. So that's what I told you. We are going to improve this framework with time. So this is the time to improve right now. So I'll say background color, and it is going to be the props dot bz color. Sorry, it's a bz color. So cooler color, and then we'll say text color will be props dot text color. Now let me check the property names are correct or not. So it's a BG color and then text color, right? And we have added a PG color, that's a background color, and then text color with the props. Save this and let me check. And it still didn't work. That's a material button, right? Oh boy, that's material button, the class property over here. So it should be from not there, but let's copy it. That's mistake. And here we have class, and this is the button, right? Style. Oh, sorry. We'll say BZ color, and oh, that's, you can just copy paste, right? I forgot. And here I can do the spacing part. Save, and let's click on that, and yep, it worked. So yeah, text is the button, and the text is not coming, boy. So the text is text color. Oh, that's just color, not the text color. CSS only worked with the color, not the text color. Save it, and yep, it worked. So that's not our background color, and let me check the background color. And here you can see, yeah, it's here. Let's copy, and let's go to the header component and the text color, paste over here, remove the additional hash, and I hope I'm not making you bored this time. And let's click on that, and yep, it worked. So here we have got our request button, we have got our login button. Okay, fine, looks great. Now what we can do, so that's enough for now. And you can see we have got a forget option over here, and I haven't designed it well. So what I can do, that's the material input, and that's the input with the forget option. Yep, that's here. So that's a right element. You can have a property or an attribute right element where you can write the HTML or JSX, so you can design it later. So I'm gonna simply say null for now, or you can comment it no right element I want right now. And now let me check. Yeah, looks great. So, and again, I'm not having proper spacing on the right side. Okay, I will take care of it. And for now, let's finish it with the functional part, like I want to do. So what I'm gonna do, let me minimize things. Okay, so here we have our admin application, and let's go to the source folder action, and now let's start from the constant parts. And I will copy this auth constant from here. Let's copy, minimize it, and let's go to the Flipkart clone, source folder, actions, constants, and here I'll add. Let's save this, and that's it. Next, we'll again go and to the admin folder, source, actions, auth, actions, and simply copy this whole action.js file, because it is gonna be same, so don't want to write it again. And here I'll create a new action file. We'll say auth.action, actions.chase or just action.chase, because other names are category.action and all, right? So let's paste over here, and then let's go to your index.js file and export your auth action, the action, right? Cool. Now let's go to the reducer, and here we have our reducer. Let's go down. Where is boy? Here we have reducers, and here we have category.reducer, and I will create a new file that is going to be the auth.reducer.js, right? And again I will copy from the admin app source, and here we have our reducers folder, and then we have auth.reducer, and simply control A, copy everything, and let's go to your folder, the Flipkart clone, and here we have auth reducer. Let's paste over here, save, and here we have our index.js file, and now let me import the auth reducer. Import auth reducer from, we'll say auth reducer. Now let's map your reducer, so we'll say auth reducer, right? So it mapped. Okay, now we have action over here, auth action. So here we have login action. What we need to change, let's remove this admin from here, and then we have a sign in, and we can send the user nothing but like email and password, that's it, and we can dispatch it. So let's go to your header, because we don't have a separate page, right? We have existing login model, a header where I have my model, and I can simply use that. So let's go and go to your source folder. So here we have source folder, and I don't have existing login page like we have in our admin, because it is different UI, right? It's completely different. And here we have our header, and we have index.js file, and I can create a action, right? So let's start creating it. And for, you can see the material input, and I have an email, value email, and on change I will set the email, and I have already created the state values, email and password, right? So I will simply add the button. Here I already have the button, and I will say on click, and I will execute user login, right? And I will create this function, const user login. Oh, sorry boy. And here we'll say oh, and save it, and okay, that's our action. And what next? Okay, on click, let's verify the material UI, index.js, and where is our material button? Here we have our material button, and luckily I don't have on click over here. So yeah, this is again the part of the improvement. I will say on click, and I will write on click, and I will create a new function over here, const on click, and yep, spacing, proper spacing, right? And here we'll check props dot on click. If this kind of function exists or attached with our button handler, then we'll execute it, right? Props, that's the safety, and on click, and I will call it. If exists, then we'll call it definitely, otherwise it will be undefined, and it is not gonna execute safety, right? And yeah, that's cool. Let's go to the header, index.js, and here we have user login, and here we have our user login. So I will simply add a dispatch, const dispatch, say use dispatch, and I have to import this. So let's import it, import from React -redux, right? And here I will say what, use dispatch, and yep, ready, and I'm ready to dispatch the action. So we'll say dispatch, and I have a login action, right? So which you can import. So you can see we have imported it from the actions, right? And yep, and we have to call it with an object, that's the email and password. So let's see this is working or not. So here we can go and let's open the inspector, inspect it. And so first thing I will see the request, I'm able to send the request or not. I'll say log in, and here I will type like res @webscript.info, password 123456. Now say log in, and okay, 200 request, and in first time it completed. Wow. And here we see we have our preview, and this is not working. Yep, so we have got our token and we have got a user with like a email list. So this is a customer or a normal user, you can say, and we have the first name, last name, and it is a successfully logged in user. Yes, it is working. And what we can do, so here we have this email and password, and so I have got a couple of comments, like they are saying with this API, you can see the API is actually API/sign. With this API, admin is also able to logged in. Let me check with the admin, and let's see what is going to happen. Akshay@webscript.info, password will be same, and let's log in. Second request, and again it is successful, right? So yeah, so they are correct, and I'm able to logged in with the admin ID also. So this is a problem for this website, and we will definitely fix it in the next video, and also we will add all the required actions as well as the reducer in the next video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Bye bye. Have a nice day.